here we are, and there is our Zerg player from the team. It's GoSu. Kos, get out of the game. It is GoSu.ostojiy, very good Zerg player. And over on the bottom left part, the winner of the last 2 games in the red from the team, or actually, yeah, in the red. I need to change that color. From the team Empire, it is Mista. Let me change the color.
And let me just say, ostojiy is perfectly capable of coming all the way back. He's
very good.
Extremely, extremely good Zerg player. He's one of the top Zergs in North America. He really is. And I'm not just saying that. He is really, really scary when he's on his game.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, we see him pick a good map like Antiga Shipyard for ZVP as well. Obviously, he can do the 3-hatch no-gas opening very easily in general on this map. And he's also one of those Zerg players that I think is one of the best out there at handling that annoyance that Protoss can put Zerg under, you know, with putting pylons at the natural and things like that. It just seems like it doesn't really phase ostojiy very much when you watch him play. So that's why he's not afraid to pick maps like this, whereas you can see the probe gets there really, really early.
Yeah, and he can do any style of play, too. He can cheese. He can play, like, the 2-base psycho-aggressive Ling Roach. He can play macro game. He can also do Infestor. He can do Muta. He can do anything, and he's good at all of it. It's really, really good.
And, yeah, our map apparently does not have
depots. Well, I really hope he doesn't put pylons. I thought it did too.
Yeah, I think this might not be the right version.
Well, I know it doesn't have golds.
Yeah, it doesn't. Ours doesn't have golds. This doesn't have golds. So, but I've never noticed that before. Either that's something I've never noticed, or this is the wrong version.
I don't know.
One of the two. Either way, it is Antiga Shipyard. So
we
just
investigate.
won't worry about it. Look at that, nicely letting the hatchery get down. Isn't that kind?
Wow,
I think he missed it actually.
17 Nexus.
That's right. There it is. 17 Nexus for Mista. And he's like, oh, shoot, I was going to... Oh.
That might be a little too greedy right now because ostojiy did go pool first.
He did. Yeah. You got to be really careful with it, no doubt. He's doing the wall where it doesn't take a lot to wall it off.
Yeah.
It's a much smaller wall. Obviously, you can still get around this way.
Yeah.
But that's easy to defend with a cannon because you'll be shooting the entire way. You know, the Zerglings come around. And that is, a tight wall. So... That's actually, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone walled off quite like that.
No, that's
before.
a little unusual. I do like the pylon.
I like it, though.
I like the pylon behind the minerals, too, because you usually put a cannon behind there so they can't skirt around it.
Yep, exactly.
And
ostojiy, one here and one here, you're fine.
ostojiy not really committing a whole lot to trying to get around it either. He's just kind of scouting around. But he is sending 3, and that can be rather annoying if they do get in.
It can. Luckily for ostojiy, though, no delay at all in those hatcheries. That, I almost feel like Protoss players need to do some sort of delay. You can't just let this happen.
Yeah.
Even if you go Nexus first.
That's why for a long time Kiwi Kaki was doing that build where, he'd chrono out Zealots, send to the 3rd immediately to at least, perfect timing.
See that? There's a gap here.
I don't know if
get through there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's intentional or not.
I've never seen that before. Does it look like there's supposed to be a gap? Not to me.
You'd have to look at the hexes, but I saw it when he put it down. It looked like it was too far away.
Yeah, usually it's like right here.
And if you do that position, you usually put the cannon in between the Nexus, the Forge, and the Gateway.
Exactly, yeah.
Because roaches still can't hit it very well, and it protects a little bit better from roaches. This only protects from lings.
Yeah. Well, ostojiy probably going to drone up to about 40-ish. Usually it's high 30s, low 40s before you get your 2 gases and start working towards a speed, a lair, Roach Warren, and a Evo Chamber, and then from there you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah, this is the point where Mista kind of has to be. He obviously hasn't scouted the 3rd, but we're gonna have to see what timing he chooses to do because obviously it's up to him to do damage. Because if ostojiy is just allowed to sit there and drone until 80, the game will be over before it's 11 minutes in.
Exactly, he's obviously gonna have a huge advantage at that point. One of the other, excuse me, wow. A little bit coffee today. Yeah. One of the other reasons why Zerg players like this map is because you can use your Overlord to see these 2 gases very easily. A map like Cloud Kingdom is not as good because you can only catch one of the gases at the natural. But on Antiga, no problem at all. Yeah, you see he just pokes in, checks those gases, then backs off. Yep. Wants to know exactly what his opponent's doing because the amount of gas you see kind of gives you an indication of how you need to play the next couple minutes.
Right. I do like the fact that he's getting that quick +1. I've always really liked when Protoss players do that because it allows you to hold Ling Roach aggression a lot better because your Zealots are so much more effective against Lings. and it also makes it so that your pushes are so much more effective too.
Hugely more effective, yeah.
He went up to Robo really quick. I'm not sure if that means he's going to play more passively or if he just wants the quick scout.
Well, do you think there's a possibility that he might want to go for like a 3 Immortal 2-base push or something like that?
That's fairly common, and the 2 gateways, this actually could be like that middle timing where it's just actually 3 gates in a Robo and you put out some Immortals and just put some pressure, and it's really unexpected because usually you expect like the 7-gate Immortal push, which comes later. Yeah, so sometimes when you do this version of it, you can actually catch people off guard because it's just a timing that's not very common.
Yep.
It's more common now, but still catches people off guard because it's not. Ooh, gotta be careful with that queen.
Yep. Can't lose that. And not a lot of lings. You can see this timing just with these units is catching Ostojiy a little off
He's
guard.
He's gonna lose one.
He needs to transfuse. He doesn't have the energy. Oh, he loses a queen. That is so annoying.
That's big.
That is just the most annoying thing ever. It looks like she got out a creep tumor maybe before the game ended. I don't know if that was already there. But
So it is an all-in because he's building a warp prism.
Ah, okay.
So at least I would think. He only has 3
he only
gates.
has 3 gates, and he's putting out another forge. So
I'm actually very confused by this because
he's
3
boosting. Oops.
Nothing in second. So maybe he forgot his Twilight. I'm very confused now because he's building Twilight and Robo and second forge and warp prism. Wait, is that 2 Robo bays?
I don't think it's 2 Robo bays.
Okay, no, Twilight. Okay.
Ostojiy will scout it though.
Yeah.
He's pretty much everything. And he's starting to get a pretty decent army himself. He's been able to start roaches. He's getting his Evo chamber as well. He's got roach speed on the way. And, I'm sorry, link speed on the way. And there's a Spire. Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity for him to go mutas. He's got all 6 gases. He's got them quite early, so he's going to be able to save up and make, like a dozen mutas at once. And I think he knows with that Overlord Scout seeing this kind of low gateway amount, that he doesn't really need to worry about any sort of like
there's
big
no push coming.
Pushes.
Yeah.
So that is when you want to go mutas.
I really don't like this build from Mista unless you at least can represent the fact that you're going to, shove with 6 gates. Zerg can just go mutas, get 16 mutas out before you have a chance to do anything. I do not like this. The Warp Prism is base, though.
Oh, yep, you're right. Warp Prism there. And it is going after some units here, not focusing down the lair or anything like that, but no sentries to block off the ramp or anything, so Ostojiy should be able to defend this. He's going to lose a couple drones.
I don't like him fighting with the drones.
Yeah, it's...
Ooh, nice pickup.
Oh, one Zealot just forgotten, though. There's no room for you, Zealot. Nope. Sorry.
Only 4 seats. 4-seater.
That's right.
All right, but Ostojiy is about to put out 6 mutas from the looks of it, and that Warp Prism will be done harassing for a while after that.
6 mutas and potentially a lot of Zerglings as well.
Obviously Ostojiy is not going to do this, but he could just kill him right now. I mean, he has no Colossus. He has no Templar.
Army.
He has 2 sentries.
You can get up here, too. With your army, there's not a lot preventing you from getting up the ramp.
He's going for 3 base, but this is so late. I mean, he hasn't put down a push, and without doing a push, you needed to expand faster. Ooh. And now that he hasn't, Ostojiy's at about 80 drones now. So
is he going to see the Warp Prism?
He sees it with the lings,
and the mutas immediately going for it. Yep.
Run, Warp Prism.
I don't think the Warp Prism's going to make it. Why is it zooming in on the rocks? I selected the Warp Prism in the rocks, and it chose the rocks to follow.
mutas blink. Did he lose one? No.
I don't think he lost one, but he didn't get the Warp Prism. One getting very low. And this 3rd base is almost certainly going to be canceled.
Oh, he canceled already. Yeah.
Actually, how did he must have noticed units coming across or something like that.
That's very odd. But Ostojiy also
is a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, secret 4th as well.
Yep.
Maybe Mista just didn't want him to think that he was taking a 3rd, so he canceled it ahead of time.
That could be. I can see that.
Maybe. But even so, now Mista's locked on 2 base behind in tech. His upgrades are pretty good, though. He is getting 2-2.
Yeah, that's actually 3-3, I believe. 3-2.
Oh, 3-2. Wow, yeah. His upgrades are actually really good. So maybe he is just going to say, all right, late 2 base, just get up to 200. Better upgrades. Yeah. And maybe Ostojiy think that, too, because really the only thing Mista can do at this point, there's no way he can catch up. So he has to all in.
Yeah.
So he's just going to get as high upgrades as he can, get to 200, and then just push. I don't really think there's any other way he could try to win this game at this point. Because Ostojiy, he could even start Hive in a bit.
Does he have an infestation pit yet? I don't believe.
I don't think so, but he needs to do it soon. Because at this point, he's about to be maxed, and
he's putting up corruptors.
Yeah,
That's kind of.
He's just basically like getting anything. It's like, okay, well, he's on 2 base. He's gonna have to win that way, so I'm gonna be prepared for anything because he can't really scout either right now.
Oh, that blink didn't really do a whole lot.
Yep.
So the supply too, yeah, quite a bit ahead for Ostojiy. He's getting roach upgrades right now, which surprises me a little bit.
Well, you don't want 0-0 against 3-3. That would be really bad. So,
but if you were, it seems like this would be a situation where you'd want to move towards Hive.
Yeah, I think I don't know. He is getting Infestation Pit now, so
yep.
I'd assume that that's not for Infestors and it's for Hive.
Probably. And it looks like Mista just kind of turtling on 2 bases. I mean, like you mentioned, that's really all he can do. He's just going to try to max out and then move out and maybe win. And
he could, because his upgrades are really good right now.
It's true. And that's a lot of Blink Stalkers,
yeah.
too.
He needs some more sentries to go with that, I think. But he doesn't have the gas for it yet.
There are 4 Corruptors out, which should be enough to handle that one Colossus as long as they are in position, you know?
Yep. And those Mutalisks are not going to be very good. The Spine Crawler Forests.
Yeah, well, this is something you want to do if you do have Mutas and you find yourself behind on upgrades, too. You just need to delay long enough for you to rebuild that army after you throw units at your opponent.
Oh, wow, nasty push coming.
No kidding. That is... Oh, man.
Wow, look at those Blink Stalkers. And they're 3-2.
That's a bit terrifying.
Against 1-1 Roaches.
Spinecrawler Forest is definitely going to be what he needs this time.
And he is going Hive right now.
He's going to try. This is a dangerous time for Ostojiy.
Oh, man, this actually could kill him.
It could, but will it?
Decent force fields there.
Yep. Yeah, the Roach is not able to really get in.
Move command. Wow.
Oops. All right, 52 Lings on the way. The Hive is kind of getting done. A huge amount of Blink Stalkers out for Mista right now.
Scary push.
Very, very scary push.
I don't like that blink, but I don't think it matters right now.
Well, he's making so many Lings. He's making near 100 Zerglings. That could be the only thing that could save him at this point. Lings would work pretty well, even without the upgrades. They are pretty good at Blink Stalkers.
He just canceled Infestor upgrade, so he's like, okay, I don't have time for it. I just need to get what I can now and try to live.
Exactly. And that kind of underlines what we were saying about Ostojiy just being really good about decision-making. Even in a bad situation like this, he knows what he needs to do. I mean, Protoss... And Blink Stalkers, I don't know. People complain about Marines, but Blink Stalkers, those, I think,
look at that. 3-2 Blink Stalkers. Oh, here we
go. Great flank, though. Look at that.
With the Lings.
Corruptor's providing moral support.
He's not blinking.
Yeah, he could be blinking a little bit better. And the life for those Stalkers getting a little bit lower. Some Zelts coming in, but that is still a scary army right now for Mista.
Yeah, Ostojiy can't really engage this without really good flanking. He needs more Lings. Right now.
More Lings, more Roaches. He just needs more.
Yeah.
And these Roaches aren't going to last very long. Yeah, the Blink for Mista saving a lot of those Stalkers. The Shield's getting time to regenerate, too. This is so rough. Zealots adding in as well to handle things like Lings and stuff. There are Infestors on the way, but they won't have that upgrade.
Yeah.
So it's looking a little bit grim for Ostojiy, but keep in mind, he still does have a base down here. Even if it's not mining that much, he's still got a little bit, right?
I was going to say, Mista is taking too long on this. I think he's almost mined out in his main. Look at his main.
Could be, yeah. He's pretty much mined out. His natural's getting quite low as well.
He's got to quicken this up a bit. He's going to run out of money, and if you run out of money, you can't reinforce. Greater Spire on the way for Ostojiy, too.
If Ostojiy can get Broodlords out and keep them alive.
Yeah, Blink Stalkers are pretty good against Broodlords, but you need Colossus to kill off the Broodlings too.
Yeah. Now where is the infestation pit? I want to make sure. Okay, it did actually finish.
He did finish. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I was wondering because I didn't see when it canceled.
Yeah, I just saw it disappear. I thought he had canceled it. Okay. Yeah, Mista has to go now because
I don't know what he's waiting for actually.
I don't either. Because now he has Infestors, and Infestors make it so you can't blink.
Oh, and he's going to fungal everything here and keep it at the bottom of the ramp, actually.
Oh, good fungal.
Yep.
Very nice fungal.
All Ostojiy needs to do is just kind of stay safe right now. He needs to be careful, trying to bait some Stalkers back up the ramp again. And does he have vision on the high ground? No observer. He's just making one right now. He can't blink into the main or anything like that.
If he could have blinked into the main, that would have been really good because he could kill off the production buildings.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mista's now mined out in his main, and his natural is getting there.
Yeah, I feel like he's just a little bit afraid, you know? I feel like he's got this phobia that's causing him to not move.
And here are the Broodlords.
Yeah, the Broodlords are coming in, too. There's going to be 5 of them, and he does have enough infestors to fungal. Nice fungal again.
Fungal.
Oh, the blink up on the high ground, trying to target some stuff down, but they're fungaled right away. And Ostojiy,
wow, he's going to hold it.
He is. He's in a great position here. The Broodlords are about to finish, and when they do, that might actually just be it, because Mista's mined out.
The Fungals did a great job there, too, and yeah, I mean, he's down to 90 supply now against 195.
Yep.
And he can't remake it. He has 1 base. He's on 1 base against 2 base.
Yeah, the income shows it all. I mean, very, very low mineral income right now.
God, Mista, he had this game in his pocket. There's a very nice drop up there. That's not going to do much at this point, though.
All he needed to do is attack, really.
Yeah, he could have just attacked and killed him, and he just waited and waited and waited. Here come the probes.
There we go, pulling the probes. He's all in now. But Ostojiy's got a huge army. He's almost 100 supply ahead. He's got Broodlords. He's got Infestors. And not a lot to worry about, really, with this.
Templar Archives is actually very, very smart to try to use Archons with the gas he has left, but it's too little too late.
Yeah, not enough. Not enough. There's another fungal. A couple Infestors being out in front there a little bit. Some Stalkers blinking into the high ground here. And Ostojiy might just go ahead and let that happen, honestly.
Yeah,
oh, no, he's actually
going to
go
back, but he's going to keep his Broodlords in position and the Infestors and send his Roaches up top.
Yeah. Mistake there, losing that Broodlord.
Yeah. And should be GG.
Yeah, it's going to be close because Stalkers
he's remote mining. I see.
Well. Oh, yeah, he's not sending the probes. He's just trying to do that.
Zergling's killing it.
There it is. Be a lot. GG, well played. A lot of good manner going on this game. And GoSu.ostojiy takes the game. Maybe a bit of a comeback for GoSu.
That was